Kirchoff's law is a way to calculate the current running through a circuit. So for a simple circuit with one voltage source and two parallel resistors, we can calculate the current running through it. Kirchoff hypothesized that we could use two individual currents for each loop, calculate the current of each, and then add them to find out the respective currents. So going through this first resistor, R1, is a current equal to I1 going this way minus I2 going this way. And that equals the voltage drop V0 over R1. Going through R2 is just I2 V0 over R2. So now we can substitute in I2 in the original equation and get I1 equals V0 over R1 plus V0 over 2. This is something we actually found out earlier with circuits and resistors in a series. For a more complex circuit, we can do the same thing. We can model each of the currents and each of the resistances and then put them all together to figure out the current going through each part. So for resistor 1, we just have I1 going through it, and the voltage drop will be V0 minus some later voltage over R1 equals I1. Going through R2 is I1 going this way minus I2, because it's going this way, equals V1, which is the voltage really determined as here, over R2. And then going through R3 is just V1 over R3 I2. So now we can substitute these into this equation, and we get V0 minus V1 over R1 minus V1 over R3 equals V1 over R2. And we can now solve for V1, and we get V1 times 1 over R2 plus 1 over R1 plus 1 over R3 equals V0 over 1. So if we know the resistances and V0, we can figure out what V1 is, and then we can substitute V1 back into these equations to get the current.